All right. Hello, everybody. I am MadMega. MadMega X381 on Twitch, but MadMega is a lot easier, so we'll just stick with that. Mad or Mads or Mega or Double M, whatever. I don't really care. I'm not particular about what folk be calling me. But we're gonna get started with this. I have the pleasure of continuing the Disney block with the first Master System game of Retrothon. I was looking at the schedule a little earlier, and I was like, wow, there are two Master System games, and one of them is the game you see before you, the 8-bit powerhouse from Sega. So let's get started here in 3, 2, 1. All right, so this is the Lucky Dime Caper starring Donald Fauntleroy Duck. I like to throw in his middle name there. It's one of my favorite little pieces of Disney trivia. That is his actual middle name, Fauntleroy. It's such a cool name. Love to say it. But this was released in 1991 for the Master System, and it is a it's like loosely related to the Castle of Illusion games and whatnot. This follows Donald on his quest to rescue his 3 nephews and also their lucky dimes. The game opens with Scrooge giving the 3 nephews, each of them, their own lucky dime. Then the kids are kidnapped by Magic of Dispel. And so Donald basically has to go and rescue the kids and their dimes. But so that's the first stage. We've been able to save Louie. Now you'll see that we're going to see a weird thing with the screen here. So you see it's very not centered. That's because when Donald is wobbling on the edge of a platform there, he is... It confuses the game and how to end the stage. So at the end of every stage, Donald will walk to the center, and then he'll walk to wherever the end of the stage is, and that triggers the whole deal, you know. But if you're in a position where you're on unsure ground, Donald will just he'll just walk off, and he won't do the fast way. He'll go down faster, and it's just way easier. So we try to do that. It saves a little bit of time, not much. This, in a game filled with what I think are some of the best 8-bit sprites for any Disney character, period, which is this version of Donald Duck. This is probably my favorite sprite. He looks ridiculous. This is a duck and a sailor, and it is clear that he has no idea how to swim. Let's be honest, he doesn't know how to swim. Alright, so we're coming up to our second boss here. This is a lion. We're going to beat it with a hammer, because that's how we solve a lot of problems. I find that a lot of games I play, I apparently do that. I played Bugs Bunny's Birthday Blowout earlier in this marathon, and that was another game where you just kind of wander around and hit animals with a mallet. Same deal here. Apparently it's a genre of game that speaks to me. So now we have rescued Louie and Dewey. We have Huey left. Swell. Now I'll go find Huey. So I should point out, Donald isn't doing this just because he's a good guy. I mean, obviously Donald's a good guy. Donald's awesome. Don't let anybody ever tell you otherwise. Donald's the man. Or the duck, as it were. Basically, for Donald to go rescue the nephews, Scrooge has to bribe him. He tells Donald that Scrooge will give him a reward if he goes out and rescues the nephews from Magic of Dispel. So Donald's like, absolutely, I'm in. I will do it. This is one of my favorite screens in the game. This is why I talk about this being the Sega's powerhouse 8-bit system. I just love this hill sequence. It looks so silly, but it's great. It just looks absurd. Oh, cool. We get a 1-up there. That's nice. I've been kind of skipping 1-ups because they haven't fallen in convenient places, and that's probably stupid on my part, and that was a little dumb. Okay, we're good. Gonna try to get under there. Okay. Got to take a quick little back here. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to stay ahead of these blocks. You can see them chasing me, and you can see they're gaining on me, too. We're going to try to stay ahead of them, because if I do, if they're on the screen at the same time we get there, it's actually going to immediately kill those that wall. And instead of me having to kill that wall, it just dies. So that's super cool. All right, so now we're coming to the next sequence of the awesome hill here. I can't stop this. This is an auto-scroller. But what's cool about this section, actually, is that while this is happening, if you hold B, Donald will just swing nonstop. It's pretty cool. He'll also jump nonstop too, but I try not to do that because I can get into a situation where I bump into one of these like boulders that's just sitting here. So if I try this, if I jump at the right time, I actually conserve my momentum and I actually jump faster, and it saves a little bit of time, like maybe half a second or so. You see Donald get angry there because I'm just standing in place and not doing anything. One of them, like as I said, the sprites in this game, the sprite design in this game are is just tremendous. All of Donald's sprites are great. And that's our third boss, and we have rescued our nephews. And that's I mean, that's the key, right? We saved the kids. But our mission isn't over. Scrooge told us he'd only give us our reward if not only did we have to save the kids, we also had to save the Lucky Dimes. Because the kids' Lucky Dimes, I don't know. But Magica stole Scrooge's Lucky Dime. And if you're familiar with, you know, DuckTales, you know, in all of those, in all the stories, like Magica and Flintheart Glomgold, they're always after his Lucky Dime. So this time they stole it, and Scrooge has tasked Donald to go get it. So we're a little less than half the way through. He's like, I didn't say anything about a reward. Reward? Who said that? So here we actually do a stage select. Normally we just kind of go in whatever order the arrow lets us select. You can actually stage select in this game. You can pick either any of the 3 boys to rescue first, and then any of the 3 dimes to collect first. We like to go to Antarctica first once the second set of stages is opened, because as you can see there's this wind, and this wind is a problem. We don't like it. It can make us very slow. So like if I would have tried to make that jump, if the wind would have blown in the middle of that jump, it would have killed me. So this is RNG. We try to deal with it. It's kind of frustrating, but that's all right. Pretty bad RNG there. There's a couple of routes you can use in this section. I like to go up. It just feels like the simplest way to go. We're gonna jump here. All right, we're gonna back off here. Under normal circumstances, I'd try to do this without slowing down at all, but sometimes the hitboxes in this game are a little wonky and you can't trust them, so I kind of try to give us a little bit of extra space here. You know, if we can. Because if we get hit, we lose our trusty mallet. And if we lose the mallet, Donald's attack power goes way down. And we just can't have that. Boom. Alright, so here we are. We're dealing with one of the, I guess these are like crows or ravens or something that work with magic. I'm actually not quite certain on their names. But you'll see if I just let Donald stand here, he gets really cold. Again, I love the sprite design in this game. It's super adorable. Oh, okay. I guess even though I landed on his head, that didn't work. That's okay, though. That's not a huge deal. We got a little unlucky through there. That's all right. We'll just... Now we have our mallet back. And we'll just deal with this bird the way... the way one does when one has a mallet. There we go. It's a little bit of a sloppy fight, but that's okay. That's 1 dime recovered. We have 3 more dimes to go. So there aren't a ton of glitches, so to speak, in this game. But this stage has one of the ones that we'll try to use. I actually made a boo-boo and triggered a glitch that I try not to trigger. You'll note that you're no longer hearing music. The reason you're not hearing music is because if you hit jump on the right frame as the game is loading, it will basically eat your... It'll just stop the music because it'll play the sound of Donald jumping, and that's all you'll get. So, whoops, my bad. Sorry, everybody. Now, instead of hearing the incredible 8-bit tones of the Sega Master System, you're stuck with my less good music. Yeah, I was gonna get hit there. That was a bad jump and turn. That's okay. We'll try to get through here. That's a frisbee. That's a different weapon that you can pick up, but we do not want it. The frisbee is terrible in this game. Do not ever pick up the frisbee. This is what we want. We want the mallet. The mallet is good. The mallet is life. The mallet is love. We're actually going to grab this one-up here just in case. It doesn't hurt to have extra one-ups. You can never have too much life. That's what I say. Yeah, the frisbee is bad. I mean, I love frisbee, but you don't want the frisbee in this game. Well, we're gonna wait. I was a little slow on the movement out of there. You can skip these lava spewing faces, and it saves like 3 or 4 seconds all told. Not a huge amount of time, but definitely necessary if you're trying for a world record run. So here we have this like little ice block stage with these green drops that fall from the sky. I'm not really sure why they melt the ice and they come back, but they do. Now we get a great sequence here. We just get to stand here and wait. Something that I need to do is I need to see if somebody can find a way to zip out of this room or get into the bottom left corner of this faster, because this is one of the big, like, just wasting time sequences, and I've actually lost runs that were on world record pace in this room because I'm just, I'm bored, and I'm, waiting for things to happen, and not much does. I'd say this is, like, I don't know, about 30 to 45 seconds of just waiting for drops from the ceiling to fall and melt ice blocks for no reason. Like, it's just such a dumb room. And what makes it worse is you'll see that there's 2 doors at the bottom here. If you go to the right, it actually kicks you back to an earlier room in the stage. And then you just have to do a bunch over again. It is awful. Like I love this game, but this is one of those parts that's like, oh yeah, this is a classic 8-bit game that occasionally just wanted to be cruel to the kids that were playing it. So, like, you get through an entire timer bar in this room. I would love to be able to save time on this. So here's that skip I was telling you about. So for some reason, if you're ducking and an enemy comes underneath you and you kill it, it changes Donald's hitbox for some reason. I don't quite understand how it works, but that basically lets me jump super high and get into the ceiling, which then allows me to skip that entire sequence, which is a huge time save, because I can tell you that there is an enemy in that room that is very hard to move through quickly. One of the statues that throws fire at you. So being able to skip that and just walk, it saves like 2 seconds. It's huge time save. Makes life so much more consistent. So that's 2 dimes down, 2 to go. 1 more for the nephews and 1 more for Uncle Scrooge. And I did it again. Okay, you know what? I'm not gonna make everybody sit and listen to 2 stages of just my voice. That's cruelty. I mean, that's the kind of thing that would get me tried at The Hague. So I'm not gonna do that. We're gonna come back here. We're gonna get music. There we go. I don't want to deprive everybody of that music. And you know what? I should have just played anyways, because these bats are mean, everybody. Sometimes bats are jerks. Bats, like birds, are sometimes jerks. It's a fact of life. It's especially true in old 8-bit video games, I think. Something about Sega Master System games and antlions, though. I think that Sonic the Hedgehog 2 on Master System also has an antlion enemy, or something approximating it, right? Okay, good. That was a frisbee. We don't want the frisbee. The rest of this stage we can probably handle without the mallet, but I'm gonna kill some enemies here hoping to pick one up. Alright. Here, these blocks are gonna fall from the top and I can walk past them, no problem. So this is relatively straightforward stuff happening right now. So I'm going to take this opportunity to just say thank you to everybody at RGL for putting on this wonderful marathon. This is I have to say this is my favorite marathon of the year. Every year, it is just over a week of all of my favorite kind of games and speedruns, and it's staffed and run exclusively by wonderful people. I can't say enough good things about everybody. And thank you so much for having me and letting me show off some of these games. I have 4 games in this event this year, and I can say unequivocally that 2 of them are good. And I really appreciate the opportunity to show off some of the games that I love that are terrible. They give me the chance to do that. But this is one of the good ones. I love this game. I think this game is great. And in fact, I owe RGL a huge thank you because they are the people that introduced me to this game. Discathlon a few years ago had this game in it, and it was one of the titles. And I remember I fired it up at an AGDQ, and I was just sitting in the practice room, like, working on this. I'm like, I don't know how I will ever beat this game. This game seems impossible. And then a little bit of practice later, and you know, I got all right at it. I had a world record for a little while. It's a really, really fun game. It's relatively straightforward. Again, I think the art design is really great. I think the Master System as a whole doesn't get enough love as a system that has some really cool titles on it. I think it's on Sunday. The only other Master System run in this marathon is Chess Jerk, and he is running Zillion, which, if you've never seen that, I highly recommend it. It is a tremendous run, and I don't actually understand how he plays it because it requires a ton of memorization on the fly. I think it's super impressive. So I just want to shout out my fellow Master System runner. It's a badge of honor. All right, 3 dimes down, 1 to go. We just have to get to Magica, and you can be done with me. Stage 6 clear. We're gonna interrogate some crows or ravens, whatever these guys are. But Magica's Castle's coming up. Magica's Castle has the best music in the game, and it also has a couple of really cool skips, so I'll talk about those as we go. It's just this, the music in this is just, in this stage sounds so epic. So we use this fork to our advantage. That lets us skip a whole bunch of, like, the castle is basically a giant maze. Ah, damn. I landed as I got hit, which really messed up my timing. Instead of using my hammer as I moved, I landed. And when you are standing on the ground and you swing your hammer, you actually just stand in place. So most of the time when I use my hammer, I try to do it in the air so I never stop moving. So I boofed that one. That's okay. That's okay. We're still okay here. Alright, there we go. Would help if I don't